Alright. It'll take me a bit to get settled in here. It's my first time commentating in a while. Alright, we're waiting on somebody. Alright, there we go. Welcome back. It's been a while. I know, we haven't had a commentator in forever. Well, at least I haven't commentated in forever. The last time I commentated personally was round 21, the last race of season 1 at Japan, which William Lossell, who is here today, took that one. Now we have multiple drivers making their first starts today. A few Tier 2 drivers making their first Tier 1 starts today. And we'll go for them. DeLuca. He's not a Tier 2 driver, but he is a new driver. Has not made a start in here before. How will he do? Same goes to Mended Tugboat. He's gonna be, not sure what, he's on Haas, I believe, right now, yeah. So yeah, he's on Haas currently. We'll see how he does. Who that black dude's the Tier 1 driver, who's gonna be the first one out in truck right now. He uses no assists. He's fairly quick, and he's a big supporter of that no assist league we're gonna get started up here shortly. So yeah. And another person making their first start here is F1 driver 93. I don't know too much about him, so we'll see how he goes here. Yep, who that black dude's already down the Camel Straight. Making her first start, was performing pretty good, performing top 5 in a Tier 2 race yesterday on the restarted one. But unfortunately ended up lagging out a bit way through that. Well, didn't lag out. He crashed out, he had a collision with Alex Stewart YT at this section of the track right here. Got put right in the wall. Didn't get penalized for it though, Alex Stewart YT did. That curve right there, by the way, is really dangerous. I wouldn't be surprised if someone were to end up crashing throughout the race because of that. And I don't know, I mean, this dude, he uses cockpit view, has no assists. He could be a fairly quick guy. I'm curious on how he's gonna do here. And these guys, I don't even know some of their paces, like DeLuca and Mended Tugboat. Like, these are completely unknown to me right now, so we'll see how the session goes, how quick they are. FBI, he originally had left the league after Austria, but joined back about 15 minutes before the race. And he's back where he usually would be, in the Williams car. Yeah, who that black dude's been pretty quick. If you could take a look at his time trial times, at a few of these tracks actually, he's doing pretty good despite the fact of he recently had hand surgery too. He's fairly quick, but he'll be the first one to be on the lap time right now. Just a matter of getting good exits here. Good exits and having downforce. That's pretty much the main key of getting a good lap here. Especially going up Ratty on Eau Rouge. That's a really big part for getting loose at. So you want to be very careful. Like right here, this is where your tail end might start to tip out and you have to notice it early enough. Right there, you can sort of see it happen on him going up the hill. And then the Tugboat was a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with F1 driver 93. Not sure what happened here. He's in the pit lane. It's a bit odd. But yeah, going through the chicane after Camel Straight, and here he goes, he's wide. Knowing how the game is, that's probably going to end up being invalidated. But we'll see, he'll still be the first one to set a lap time regardless. Yellow Sector 3, what is it for? Not sure, I think my Scar already got it cleared up. And who that black dude actually just grazed the tire barrier. Yep, and he has a bit of his wings chopped off there, got into the tire barrier a bit, and he's going wide. Toro Rosso right behind him, he's on a lap right now. It's Callum McKeon, 33. He is a race winner in this league. He won Hungary in Season 1 after a duel with Iron X10, who is not here unfortunately. And that race holds the record for the Xbox division. for the closest gap at the end of a race with, I think, 583 thousandths if I'm not mistaken. Callum's been in this league for quite some time, has definitely been a controversial figure, and Trevi's out of the session. Sector 1 of the track. He must have DNF'd up Eau Rouge like he did in qualifying yesterday, and the Alpha Rail gets out of Callum's way. And actually, FBI just retired from this session. This is actually starting to turn into the Tier 2 qualifying, where the only two people left in the session were Quinn Half and I think... who that black dude? And speaking of all of them, Kyle McKeon comes across the line. He'll set at 655, excuse me. William Lossell's actually on a lap right now. He's usually faster than Callum, but who knows? I mean, William is on the mediums. It's a lot harder of a tire than I think the softs he was on. No, Callum was also on mediums too. But William sets only 3/10 up though with a 145.388. Take a look at the gaps here. Hold on, that's not it. Yep, 2/10 down, 266 thousandths to be exact. And going through Blanchimont is Alabama Outlaw, the Tier 2 race winner. Yes, actually no, that was not him, sorry. He is the only double winner in Tier 2 so far. And he did win Driver of the Day yesterday in the Tier 2 race after coming from P12 on the grid to finish 2nd place, which is still a very impressive drive. Coming out to the final corner, Outlaw set a time, I'll put him 3rd, 372 thousandths back from William Lossell in the McLaren. Yellow flag in Sector 3. I believe someone might be out of fuel. Must have been what it was. And King Omar will come off the chicane right now. He's not going to set a particularly competitive lap time. He must have gotten it invalidated. Yellow Sector 2, 3. And that is a McLaren. That's William Lossell. He's on his in-lap currently, so it doesn't matter to him. He is off. Yeah, oh, I thought... Oh, actually, Callum. No, he was just getting out of the driver's way. I thought he was spun around there. And Yellow Sector 3. And there's who that black dude going really slow. I'm not sure if he's out of fuel. He must be. He's in 8th gear. Just redlining it. And yeah, Sector 3 is for Callum McKeon. He's out of fuel going through Blanchimont. Very high speed area there. He gets hit. That wouldn't be a shocker. He's back up to speed though. He probably isn't out of fuel. And going down to Campbell Straight, we're about to see F1 driver 93's true pace here. I've never seen this guy race before, so I don't know his pace at all. We'll just see how he does. He is on a Mercedes, which has not particularly been a competitive car historically in this league. So, we'll see how this is. But speaking of competitive cars, Racing Point has not gotten a podium in this entire league, and the closest it's gotten was a 4th place at Austria last race with Alabama Outlaw. So we'll see how this goes. And Racing Point did just get a 1-2 yesterday with Hammy as best in Alabama Outlaw 15. So we'll see how much momentum now bring him into Belgium for the Tier 1 race. Yeah, going through his high-speed sector, coming off Sector 2. This is an easy area to mess up. You can easily go wide and validate your lap time, and you can really get in your head if you go wide here. But going out with Blanchimont, if you could get a good exit here, that can define lap times. And King Omar set a new fastest lap. It's a 1:44.585 on the medium compound. 8/10 quicker than Williams' time on the mediums. And F1 drivers going slowly through Blanchimont. Anyone coming up behind them, I need to be wary of that. I believe no one is. But Mended Tugboat in the Haas. 122.206, Sector 2. He's about to come through Blanchimont right now. With a lot of speed coming with him. Not sure how competitive of a lap time it'll be. It's not looking to be the quickest. And there he goes. He's in the wall. He's out of the session. Mended Tugboat out of the session. He's sitting right in the middle of the track. It's going to be really dangerous for anyone that comes through there. Hope no one's going to be coming through there at any moment here. Well, let's see. And yep, much fire flake, I believe that is. Nope, it was DeLuca. Very cautious of the car sitting in the middle of the circuit. And I think Callum went wide. Coming through Radion. Yeah, I believe they've gotten the wrecked car and the tugboat cleared up. DeLuca's gonna start their lap time. Yeah, this is the first time Renault has had 2 drivers, well, full-time drivers, at least, since China, which the last time we had that was Jocko. The last race he raced in, he won at China. He dueled William for a lot of that race from what I heard, and took a pretty good victory. Down the Camel Straight. Let's see his Sector 1 time. And coming into the chicane up there, 31.04. Into chicane, don't clip it too hard, you'll go around. I believe he is good. I knew that black dude's coming out of the chicane, they go into the pits. Yeah, pit lane entry is pretty dangerous here. I won't be surprised if you see bits of front wing being chopped off with your car. And a little rear end savvy coming off that corner for DeLuca. His first start in this league, he's going to get a taste of how competitive it can be here, and he's around. Keep it off the wall, he's in the middle of the circuit though. I need to be a little wary of cars coming around. He is good, he's off the circuit. And Thrasher, who has the best finish of 5th place, has almost beaten that finish so many times. He's actually probably one of the most underrated drivers, if you can think about it this way. Because he had an amazing performance at China last season. I think he was performing around the top 3 all race. I think around the end he sort of fell back to P6. And then he had an incident with William that got him banned for the rest of the season. Which I'm not going to talk about it for anyone who doesn't want to know. Watch Fireflake, starting a lap time right now. Not sure if they've ever started one, or finishing an invalidated one. Whatever it is, they are starting another one here. Yellow Sector 3, what will it be for? They must have already gotten it cleared up. Both Mercedes have not set lap times yet. Both Reynolds have not set lap times yet. The Alpha and Haas have not set lap times. Only one Toro Rosso is not set lap time, that's Lance Trevi. He was the first DNF of the session. And Thrasher, coming up to chicane, will begin his lap. Sorry for saying chicane so weirdly. I'm not sure what it is right now. Watch Fireflake. Just looking to get a time on the board right now because she doesn't have a single one right now. Easily, when it comes to Fireflake, the most consistently showing up driver. I'm not sure how you can put that lightly. Or put that in general. It shows up to all the races she can, and usually performs pretty consistently in the mid-pack. Scores some good points for the team. But sometimes gets taken out by either people or by her own mistakes. Whatever it is, it usually counts as a DNF, unfortunately. Yellow Sector 3. I believe so that black dude must be out of fuel. He's weaving right now. Firefly coming through Blanchimont. Will come into the chicane. What lap time will she get? Or will she pit? Come off the chicane. It won't be a pole sitting time, but it's gonna be on the board. It'll be a 1:47.981. It'll put her 3.3 seconds back from the fastest time of King Omar. And speaking of lap times, Moshi Fireflake's teammate of DeLuca, currently in P7 with no lap time, is about to set one. Coming through chicane, coming out of Blanchimont. Is he gonna pit? I mean, I think he's one of the only people I've seen on the soft so far. And Fireflake's out. What time will DeLuca set? A 1:44.326. That is 2/10 quicker than King Omar's. This is this driver's first time in this league. And he is proving that he can stay. I'm just saying that. And he's only set one qualifying lap. The Thrasher 2:18.42 will come up through the chicane. Will he pit? He will not. He's going to set a lap time. It won't be that good of a one though. Might be invalidated depending on how it is. And it was. His teammate, F1 driver 93, is coming on to the entrance of Blanchimont right now. Coming right to it. Easy to go wide here. Need to be kind of careful. And I think they're good. Yellow Sector 3, I think who that black dude's going pretty slow on the chicane entrance. And that's Thrasher into the barrier and out. I caught the tail end of that. I'm assuming that's how everyone else has DNF so far. Just hitting that curb going up Eau Rouge. It's a common theme of pad users too. That's the thing I've noticed. F1 driver 93, it's not going to be the best lap time, and they're pitting. Here, that black dude is on a lap time right now on the hard compounds, actually. Must have chosen a harder strategy. That's outlaw out of the session. I think DeLuca's on either on another lap time or on their in lap. I'm assuming they're on their in lap, judging by their time right now. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, definitely. And the last dude coming through chicane right now. Yellow sector 3. Must have gotten it cleared up pretty quick. Well, Callum improved on his lap time. And Toro Rosso has not gotten a podium yet, but has come darn close. At France, he finished 4th, only about a second behind the 3rd place finisher, which I believe was Iron X10. And those two have history. And DeLuca's out this session. But yeah, Callum McKeon and Iron X, they have history in terms of battling here. Or in general. They battled for podium or 2nd place at Japan, which Callum got the best of him there. At France, for 3rd, Iron got the best of him. There's no Iron to hold Callum back here. Going through chicane on the soft compound. Let's see what he's going to do here. Looking to be a good lap time. 143 coming through here. 144.300. Actually 299 the game scores it as. That'll put him only 26 thousandths up on DeLuca's time, who's out of the session unfortunately. And William Mossel on the soft compound tires, 1/10 up on his PR. It will not improve his position though, if he continues like this. Yellow sector 1. Someone's probably out of fuel. It's Callum right on the entrance of Radion/Eau Rouge. It's gonna be a bit dangerous if you don't get out of the way for drivers. Anyway, William Mossel looking to improve on his good old time right here. He is the most winningest driver in this league's history with, I believe, 8 wins. He got 6 of them last season, and so far in the 4 races this season, he's gotten 2 wins. At France, and last time about, at Austria. Sector 1 and 2, I believe that's probably for Callum still. Yep, he is. I'm probably out of fuel. 1 second up on his time, that might grant him pole. He just needs to get a really good exit chicane if he wants that pole. Coming through chicane, locks it up a bit. Good lap time he has going here. Amazing exit by the McLaren. Will it be pole though? It will be. 144.270. 200ths up on Callum McKeon's time. And I believe that might be it for Callum because he's out of fuel. I don't think he's going to get back to the pit. He's not going to get back to the pits in time. But King Omar is definitely going to try improving on his time right here. He had the pole earlier. Then DeLuca took it, then Callum took it, and now William took it. King Omar went from 1st to P4 from 8 minutes to 1 minute. Yellow sector 2, I believe, is probably for not for Callum. It is F1 driver who almost spun it on his outlap. King Omar looking to improve right here, trying to hit his apex as good as he can. And William Mossel's out. He thinks he has pole, but you don't know until it's over. Coming through Blanchimont, good exit here and in the chicane. Can't decide a lap time. And on the soft compound tires, you don't have much time to do that lap time. You have to go right now. Let's see how the Williams driver will do right here. 130 coming off the curve. Looking to be a good lap time though. Might improve. Might not be pole though. Maybe it will be. 139 on exit. 140, 41, 42, 43. And it's pole. 143.904. Brilliant lap time by the Williams. The black dude on the hard compounds is on an in-lap right now. F1 driver has struggled to set a lap time throughout the entire session. Looking to at least get 1 time in for the Mercedes team. King Omar's out. And we'll see how he does, because he can't really cut that curb, and he definitely didn't. Through this series of chicanes, you cannot go wide here. It can mess up your lap time drastically. We'll see how he does. On the exit for Blanchimont, who that black dude's out? It's only Callum McKeon and F1 driver 93 on the track currently. Through Blanchimont, as long as you don't clip the curb here like Jan Hardcore did yesterday, it's safe to say you'll probably finish your lap. 135 on chicane entrance. I'm not sure if that's going to be pole, but it's definitely going to put him somewhere up there. 41, 42, 40, might be a 144. Yep, 144.974 puts him P5. Not bad of a time. Now I have to wait for Callum McKeon, who's actually improved on their lap time. We're just looking to beat William right now, which he probably will. Probably won't beat King Omar's time, but looking to beat Williams. We'll see if he can do it. Through Blanchimont. I'm going to keep repeating this until qualifying's over, which is in 2 corners. Cool. Good exit in Blanchimont is what you need. 135 on the entrance. I don't think he might get... He's not going to get King Omar, but he might get William right here. Coming off the corner. 141, 42, 43. And 144, 195. He definitely got William, but did not get pole. Second place. Got him right at the end. Right at the last moment. And there's the results right here. King Omar, first place by 2/10 of the 143.904. Cal McKeon, 144.195, second place. Third place, William Lossell, 144.278. DeLuca, F1 Driver 93, Alabama Outlaw, Mochi Fireflake, Who Dat Black Dude, FBI 052, Mended Tugboat, Thrasher, and Lost Trevi is the rest of the grid. Now, this is the exact amount of drivers we had for the Tier 2 race, 12. And we had to restart. Let's hope, for commentary's sake, and the fact I'm sick, well, somewhat, that we don't have to restart, just for the sake of my throat. And it's gonna be rainy. That's gonna definitely put a little monkey wrench in there. Well, we'll see how this affects strategies. And I think starting in the mid row here, in the middle of the grid, like anywhere from 5th to 8th, is not a good place to be starting out of 12 cars. That is just my hint right here for this race. But we'll see how everyone does. Tugboat is ready just to get this race over with. We'll see how long it takes for everyone else to get readied up. And everyone else slowly cooking A, getting readied up. And we'll start the formation lap. If your drivers aren't readying up, they're probably just preparing themselves for the race coming on us right now. And I'm going to go over a stat from every driver in the grid that have raced once. So, formation lap is off. King Omar leads off. King Omar has a best finish of 3rd place. And actually, yeah, 4th place at China. I'm pretty sure it's his only finish so far this season. Yeah, it still holds as one. Cal McKeon has 1 win and a few podiums to his name. He won against Hungary in a duel with Iron X. As he's dueled with him before, he's not going to be here. How's that going to affect the race? William Lossell might go down as one of the best drivers in this league. Period. He has 8 wins, 6 last season. Just an overall brilliant driver. DeLuca in F1 Driver 93. Nothing to say about him. First start. Seemed pretty quick. Alabama Outlaw 15. 2-time race winner in Tier 2. Yesterday in the Tier 2 race, he went from P12 to 2nd place to round off the Racing Point 1-2. And the Mercedes and Alabama Outlaw have collided. I'll take him out of the formation lap. Mochi Fireflake has a series of DNFs to her name, but just looking to take one off right now. Fireflake just hoping to get some good points for run out and finish. Who Dat Black Dude made her first Tier 2 start yesterday, got 6th place with a DNF in the restarted race. How will they do here coming from P8 on the grid? FBI 052 is a race winner. He won the race at Brazil after a duel with William Lossell in the closing stages of the race. Starting 9th place after DNFing in qualifying. What will they transform that to? Thrasher 21842. Oh no, DeLuca lagged out. Give him an invite back. Anyway, Thrasher, best finish of P5, almost got it at Italy, but DNF'd under safety car while overtaking the wrecked car of Callum, who was driving for Renault at the time. Lost Trevi, best finish of P3 in the Singapore Grand Prix last year, which holds the record for the shortest race and the least amount of drivers. Mended Tugboat, first start, starting last place on the grid. When it comes to the rainy conditions, it's the best place to be. That's everybody. And now we're gonna wait, and I think we collided again right here. Toro Rosso. Oh, they're reforming the grid right now. Alright. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, DeLuca is Canadian. He'll be the 2nd Canadian driver we've had in the Xbox division. So we'll see from P4 in the grid how that will transform them to. Well, let's hope for not too chaotic of a start right here. King Omar looking to be a really quick car right now. Will they convert that amazing car they have to a win? That's a horrible camera angle anyway. Okay, I hate this glitch. Anyway, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights out, and we're gonna lag a bit here. King Omar gets off. Not the best though. William also trying to take advantage of that, going to the outside. He's already up to 2nd place. Cal McKeon does his way through. He's up to P3. I mean, up to... And someone getting hit off back there to that black dude. And DeLuca's disqualified from this session. That's odd. Anyway. And that's Callum from the lead into the wall. How'd that serve him though? And that's who that black dude's spinning off right with Callum. Will that be a safety car? Mochi Firefly up to P4. Alabama Outlaw up to P3. King Omar moving back up to P2 from that abysmal start, chasing down William Wassel. And William Wassel from P3 to P1 on the grid. And a series of 3 turns. Unbelievable stuff. Already 10 cars left on lap 1. I'm not sure what happened with DeLuca. Don't know. Got disqualified. Don't know. Mended Tugboat from last place before the end of the lap 1 up to 7th place. Looked to be a pretty quick driver trying to hold off Lost Trevi. And the Torb also behind him. And Cal McKeon left the session. And he's raged. And wing damage with Mended Tugboat actually. Yellow sector. What's it for? I think must have gotten it cleared up. Trevi, Tugboat having a good bit of tussle back here. Can't focus everything at once. Good tussle going on here. And DeLuca asking if there will be another race. And I'd like to message him right now, but there's a huge, amazing battle going on through Blanchimont. What will F1 driver 93 do? Into the chicane, make a lunge, they will not. FBI starting to get a little ambitious here from P9 on the grid. And King Omar sets his fastest lap off lap 1. And it's getting really dicey here. 3 abreast. Look at that. Mochi Fireflake, it did not work. But what a move they tried. And I believe Tugboat might have broken their wing on the pit lane entrance. It's a bit odd. And there goes Trevi wide. So far, only 2 DNFs. This is already better than the Tier 2 race yesterday. So I'm feeling good about this. F1 driver 93 getting overtaken by Mochi Fireflake on the outside. Gold 93. I mean, F1 fight back. And yellow sector 1. What was that for? Might be who that black dude? Not positive. Oh, and that's Tugboat actually. But Trevi's a sitting duck to Thrasher though. Thrasher backs out to avoid any contact in the rainy conditions at a track like Belgium. It can get really dicey. I think Thrasher might be gone. I think he's out of the session. I'll re-invite him. Maybe just from the way he's turning the wheel. Maybe he's still in the session. I don't believe it though. F1 driver is still right behind Fireflake as we speak. And there's not really too much of a gap going on the track right now. I'm not sure if the rain's going to clear up. I never got confirmation of that. But what I do know, we're in for a good race right now. Pretty competitive grid right here. And Fireflake going wide. Driver getting a good exit. 5/10 back, they're closing the gap now. And through Blanchimont, Slipstream. Overpowered in a game like F1 2019. We'll see how this will affect the battle here. 2/10 back. And Fireflake broke a bit. And rear-end Stabby is F1 driver 93. Loses a lot of time. We can focus on King Omar right now. And Tugboat was out. We can focus on King Omar for a little bit here. Who is going to be getting Slipstream on the Camel Straight right now. And while Alabama Outlaw back there in the Racing Point, again, never gotten a podium in this league before. We'll just see how this race will play out for Racing Point. But with slipstream, Williams already going defensive. It's only 5/10 back. And nothing much. And now F1 driver's gonna have DRS on Fireflake. He'll go at it again after the Blanchimont incident. Who that black dude Thrasher? I think Thrasher, yep, got overtaken. 6/10 back. Its closest battle on the track is currently Mochi Fireflake and F1 driver 93. And now it's King Omar and William Lossell. Now it's back to Fireflake. There's a few good skirmishes going on the track right now, but will they last the entire race? This is F1 driver's first start, and I'm pretty sure he's a Slovenian driver, if I'm not mistaken, judging by his nationality flag. I mean, you can't really base nationality off a flag on F1 2019. We're gonna try, they almost tried side by side through here. Not sure how well that's gonna go, and that's F1 driver wide. Trying to make something work here, on the outside. Fireflake blocks it off. And we'll see what will happen through Blanchimont, because last time F1 driver tried something there. Did not go particularly well. Rainy conditions catching everyone out, and there's F1 driver wide. Yep, Mended Tugboat and Callum McKeon are certainly currently the only victims of the rainy weather. Only 6/10 back. It's only a matter of if the rain is going to clear up, because that's when we're going to see some true pace. William also has the fastest time of 2 minutes, 672 thousandths. 2/10 back. Close the gap significantly on corner entrance. And good exit. Pretty good exit from the Mercedes driver. Fireflake trying to keep him there. And Fireflake's definitely making some lunges here. Oh, that's the F1 driver got a better exit. That's Outlaw out of the session. Must have crashed up Eau Rouge. What a good day they had for Racing Point. Turned into disaster. Yep, there he is. Out of the session. 8 cars remaining in the race. Fireflake still trying to fight back from F1 drivers getting overtaken on the corner exit of La Source. Trying to make a lunge through the chicane. How well will this go? It will not go well. Fireflake is wide. Try rejoining. And F1 driver is probably going to be gone. Who that black dude's trying to chase down Lost Trevi. Only 1.2 back now. And Tugboat is now left. A few people are leaving the session right now. 8 cars remaining. And for the implications for a restart, 2 more cars need to retire before halfway, which is still a while until for us to have a restart. The Thrasher in a race of his own right now. I don't even know if he's in the session still. I think he might have lagged out. I invited him back, so I'm not sure. But there's 7 active cars left on the track, if we'll say it like that. But actually, I missed it. Black dude's gotten ahead of Trevi. I completely missed that. Fireflake's still trying to fight back on F1 driver. It's not going the best for him. For her, I mean. King Omar, at this stage of the race, is trying to manage the gap between him and William. William's setting another fastest lap, 2 minutes, 6:2:0. And 1.4 will go down in La Source. And nope, actually went up. William Lossell's corner exits. Usually pretty good. And 1.8, 1.9. Go down to 2.3. Yeah, F1 driver's starting to pull away from Fireflake. It's just a matter of if the weather's going to dry up, and that is Fireflake locking up a bit there. Going a bit wide. Not expecting that a good bit. And now only 8/10 is the gap between William Lossell and King Omar. William Lossell's led the entire race since lap 1 after Callum McKeon crashed out. We'll see how this plays out for him. And yep, then King Omar's keeping that gap down. William Lossell's starting to budge and make a few mistakes. They're pretty minute mistakes, but in the long run, they could definitely screw up your race. This corner in the rain, though, if you clip the curb one bit, like William nearly did there, you're probably going to be gone. That's just my prediction. 9/10. Still currently the gap between him and William Lossell. And it's remaining that way. William trying his best to pull away, but King Omar's pulling him in. Now 8/10. Will it go back up? Not down to 1.0 seconds. And we'll see now. FBI just hanging in there, hoping one of those two crash out or make a mistake. That'll put him up into a P2 or 1, depending on how many of them crash. F1 driver, I've noticed, is closing the gap. I can't say they're pulling away from him. He's trying to reel in the podium in his first start, which would be a pretty good thing for the Slovenian driver. And again, managing that gap between him and William. We'll see how this plays out right here. And William's pulling away. And this is where the race is going to start to get dull. And you know, in my commentary, I don't like to sugarcoat anything. I don't like to try to say a race is exciting when it isn't, or say a race is boring when it isn't. I say honest things in my commentary. And I'm going to say if a race is boring or not, because that's just how I am. But it's going to start too, because the gap is exactly 1 second between him and King Omar right now. We'll just see how this goes for the rest of the race. We'll see if William will keep making mistakes here. And now FBI is starting to pull away from F1 driver 93. Trying to keep with him. But William Lossell, 8 wins in RBRL. Nope, I don't know what that league is, I'm sorry. GSR, and he actually went into the grass corner entry there, trying to maximize his entry there. He somehow still pulled away from King Omar. Not sure how. But anyway, William Lossell, 8 wins in the GSR right now. Currently the winningest driver by around 3 wins. The second place driver in terms of wins is Iron X10 with 5. And out of his 8 wins that William Lossell has gotten, 4 of them and 2 of them have been in a row. And the other one has just been there. Yeah, he got 4 wins in a row, then he got 2 more. Oh wait, he only has 7 wins. He's looking for his 8th win. Yeah, sorry. I've been lying to you guys the entire time. Sorry. But yeah, King Omar managing that gap. Speaking of King Omar, King Omar has not gotten a podium yet in his time in this league. He has been finishing P4 at China. So we'll see if he'll crash out or lose connection, because King Omar's in the past has not really been the best with his connection. Yellow sector 2, what was it for? Must have gotten it cleared up pretty quick. Must have been for Trevi or something like that, because he's losing a lot of time to Thrasher. Maybe, I don't think any wing damage. And King Omar, 9/10 pulling in though. And all that. FBI, he left the league after Austria. We'll see if he does the same thing today. Because that one win he got at Brazil was pretty well earned. He fought his way for that one. As at China, he can definitely fight his way through the field after he got wrecked out by Irish Gamer on lap 5, I believe. And still fought his way back up to P3 after being up down the last at one point. F1 driver 93, first start. P4. Brilliant driver of that Mercedes car. And Mochi Fireflake, getting a bit rear end savvy in terms of chicane, but sitting P5 for Renault. Better than her teammate De Luca, who sat 12th place after getting disqualified before the race started. Not sure how he managed that, but must be some connection issue. Yeah, Black Dude is currently sitting where he was when he DNF'd in the Tier 2 race yesterday. He was in P6 when he DNF'd right in this section right here after getting hit from behind by Alex Stewart YT. Yep, right here, he ended up getting hit in the gearbox and turned into the wall, so yeah. Actually, that gap between William and King Omar is definitely decreased now. It's closer than it's ever been in a good while now, since around lap 2. Down to around 3/10, not 3/10, so it's around the 6/10 I saw. Yep, and that's King Omar with the new fastest lap at 2:010. I think it might be light rain throughout the entire race, so actually FBI set the new fastest on 1:59.956, I believe I saw. So FBI is going to start chasing down everyone in front of him. Now, The chances for a restart. There is exceptions when it comes to restarting. The only exception is if pitch cycles have begun. That's the only time I'll do it before halfway, but Slipstream and Firefly gets a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Not sure how. But 4/10 is the gap now. It's definitely really close now. King Omar might try fancying a move in the chicane if he'll be close enough. And into the right-hander right now. Be pretty easy to mess up here. William Wassell's mistake, free through that corner. Trying to bring the gap back up to where it originally was 2 laps ago. The King Elmer's not budging. And his Williams teammate, FBI 052, isn't going to budge either. And it's William Wassell wide. Might be either some time lost or maybe some time gained. But I've gotten a warning for track extending there. But who knows. And King Elmer is currently mistake-free when it comes to trying to catch William. That's yellow sector 1. And Sudat Black Dude out. And I can only assume that was about Eau Rouge Radium. Around that area. Let's see if we're right. Yeah, there he is, right there. Common spot. 7 cars left in the race. William Wassell, gap of 4/10, now 8/10. Not sure what happened. King Omar must have went wide there. Must have to give a bit of time there. And who got Black Dude is Rage. She's out of the session. And lap 9 now. This is maybe around the time where cars might start thinking about pitting. They go to the end of the race. I mean, maybe they won't, because it all depends on how the weather is going to be for the rest of the race. So I don't know. We'll see. And we're coming up on the lapped car, Thrasher, who's just now past who got Black Dude. Will he impede Williams' time right now? Because I believe he's out of the session in terms of leaving it, if not mistaken. He probably lagged out, because on lap 1 I saw he was robotic. Will he move out of the way? Yes, he will? He will? I don't know. That was impeding him a bit though. 5/10 now. The lapped car Thrasher definitely helped King Omar close the gap a bit more than he already had it. William Wassell just looking to be mistake-free here. Trying to keep his lead. Goes off the track again. The gap was 2/10 there at one point. Now it's still 2/10. King Omar's back right on the gearbox. And I think FBI might have hit Thrasher while trying to lap him. Which Firefly gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And yellow sector 1, that's Fireflake around. Will she get passed by Trevi? Maybe she will. Possibility here. Has to get back up to speed in time though. Almost got him. I think Trevi might have went wide as I saw him off the throttle up the hill. King Omar sticking right to the back of William Wassell, trying to keep with him. When will he make that move though? He hasn't gotten close enough throughout the entire race to make it. And if William Wassell keeps making mistakes, he can do it at some point. One driver 93, the gap is now 20 seconds. FBI, ever since lap 8, has decreased it from 5.5 to 4.5 seconds. FBI has those two in his sights now. He's just trying to go after him, try to take over second from his teammate. You can see him going up the hill right now. And the Williams driver, he's in the slipstream, down the Camel Straight. Will it help him in the chicane at all? Down to 5/10. Trying to get to the back of William Wassell. It will not happen. And let's see. And they're both wide actually. Right there, FBI has a time penalty, multiple warnings. Is now 6 seconds back. What happened to him? Definitely gone back a bit now. But he's gonna looking to close that time back up again. And now King Omar. Through section again. I don't think William went wide this time. But King Omar's just really good through that section. And once we cross the line right here for halfway, there will officially be no restart. So we'll see how this goes. Will someone crash before then? And it's not like we're gonna automatically restart. We're gonna do a poll on it to see who would want to restart. And in fact, we've already made it this far in the race. Just to restart, I think it's kind of not a good idea. So we'll see how this. We'll see if anyone does. Whoever wants the DNF next has 2 corners to do it. Coming through the chicane. And there will be no restart, folks. That's King Omar peeling into the pits. He knows there won't be one. And don't speed in the pit lane. He will not speed. And it all depends on what tire he'll go on. If they're gonna go to the end of the race. That was FBI up to 2nd place now. And there's the Williams car. We'll take a fresh set of inters. Looking to go take the lead away. They had from the pole. Pressure's actually paused. He's still in the race. Okay then. It's interesting. So after King Omar's pit stop, there's not really much of a gap on track now. King Omar's, I believe he pit just to hope for an undercut right now. Because that's his only hope from what it seems right now. We'll see what King Omar does. Through chicane, just can't mess up on fresh inters. Fresh inters can be really slippery, and we saw that on lap 1. And no wet weather experience. The FBI is trying his best to close the gap for King Omar's sake. King Omar's closing the gap from him and his teammate. So we'll see. We'll see here. I think Butcher Fireflake might end up being lapped before the race is all said and done. And definitely lost Trevi will. Because Trevi and Fireflake are trying to battle for position, but they can't really get away from each other. The gap is at a standstill at 5.8 right now. And it's a matter of if William will pit. Let's see if King Omar's undercut will work. Because the 16-second gap between him and William, it might actually work. Wish it would show Williams. And yep, William into the pits. He's peeling off. Will FBI do the same thing? Yellow Sector 1, it's Trevi out of the session. FBI is peeling in the pits. King Omar, I believe, will inherit the lead. We are past halfway. There will be no restart from this point forward. And King Omar should be inheriting the lead in a minute. Maybe not. Might have to work for it here. This pit exit is going to give an advantage to William Lossell. Oh, they're going to be near each other. Right here. And the undercut for King Omar worked. Up to P1. Has not gotten a podium yet. Will King Omar's first podium be a win? We'll see here. Williams just in view though. William Lossell's not out of this race. FBI isn't either. These two could still collide and FBI could be gifted a win here. F1 driver has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. F1 driver's just gone, after the battle he had with Fireflake, just gone under the radar since then. I think he just left the session. I'll invite him back. His connection is not particularly the best. So, yeah. That might give Fireflake a chance to get the P4. He has to join back. Yeah, but yeah, King Omar increasing the gap actually. Though Williams' tires may be fresher, King Omar's tires are a lot more warmed up than Williams. But when it comes to the long run, I think William Lossell might be on the better strategy. It's just a matter of racecraft right now. Sonic gap is back down to 1.6. And King Omar through Blanchimont. This is where definitely King Omar's weak spot right now. Definitely loses a good bit of time through this section. William Lossell, will he gain or will he lose? He gains a slight bit. Nothing noticeable though. There's chicane. He is right behind him. 1.8 seconds. King Omar just at the fastest lap actually with a 159, 149. And currently in a good spot towards the end of the race right now with 10 laps remaining. And these 10 laps are pretty long, like 2 minutes long each. So we still have about 20 minutes left in this thing. And now it's F1 driver into the pits. I'm assuming he'll be going on fresh inters. And he will be. And fresh tires he goes to, and off he is. So I'm pretty sure everyone in the field is pit except for Fireflake. I'm not. Yeah. No, Fireflake's pitted. Only Thrasher. He's pitting right now. Here he comes. Pitting on the same lap. They weren't exactly ready for his tires. And actually getting a front wing change, as a matter of fact. And off he's going to be going at any moment now. There he goes. And if Thrasher keeps that pace up, he might actually get lapped twice, as a matter of fact. And out the pits he goes, he'll disengage the limiter. And out he'll be. And 1.1 behind, King Omar, William Lossell, currently the battle for the lead right now. FBI still hanging in there, hopefully having a chance for the win if those two collide, which, with how they've been battling, good chance. Now the gap is below a second. That's William Lossell. King Omar having a good battle right now. Well, let's see if they can keep the battle on for the rest of the race. The chances of them doing it without collision, pretty slim. But yeah, because William Lossell just set the fastest lap. So the chances of King Omar keeping that lead is probably not going to be for long. King Omar, William Lossell. It's going to be a while here. Okay. William Lossell, the gap between those two is now 8 tenths. We'll see how this goes here. And through chicane, this has definitely been a weak spot for King Omar, that and Blanchimont. Been weak spots for King Omar. And it's definitely showing right now, closing the gap by his slightest bit. But King Omar got the better exit though, which is what he's already been getting. 7 tenths now. And the gap will formally decrease until William Lossell inevitably takes the lead. And remember, this race is going to come down to penalties too. Because I believe none of them have gotten penalties yet, if I'm not mistaken. So, I don't know, we'll see. And William is sat pretty comfortably right now. He can probably just wait until these next few laps to go for the lead actually. He can afford to he can afford some time right here. And 1.0 seconds has been the preferred benchmark for William, it seems. Keeping that gap between him and King Omar. And I thought the sign right there was Omar's car. I was about to freak out. But anyway. P1 is King Omar right now. William Lossell in second. And actually, I think King Omar is starting to pull away. I believe that's happening right now. 1.3 is 1.0 on Blanchimont. Now it's 1.3. I believe Thrasher might end up getting lapped again. He's close. Just got lapped by Fireflake, which means he's been lapped by the entire field. And 1.3 now. 1.4, King Omar is definitely kicking the car in right now. But he needs to remember William Lossell has a better long run strategy. So we'll see how this will affect the end result with differing strategies. Definitely starting to get a bit interesting between these two. You can't really tell if William Lossell's going to catch up or if King Omar is going to pull away. It's just been a benchmark between these two right now. 1.3 now, 1.4. You never know. So, yeah, it's actually down below 1 second once again. 8/10. You're right, little left-hander. It's not King Omar's strong suit, and that is definitely not good for King Omar. And King Omar's disconnected. King Omar's lagged out. I don't believe it. Here comes William Lossell. Wait, now King Omar's in third. Oh, this is now FBI's job to win this race, because I have no clue what just happened. That is how F1 2019 can ruin a battle. 101. What a joke. I'll invite him back, but his race is probably going to be done. Well, that is FBI's in second place. FBI and William Lossell did pit in the same lap, so it's going to be all up the pace to decide this one. And FBI usually is quicker than William. FBI got a lot better of an exit than William. It's down to a 10th now. Will the Williams driver take the win for his teammate? That probably should have had an amazing race. And it's down to 5/10. William Lossell trying to go defensive. He cannot hold back the furious German back there, trying to get his teammate a favor right here, trying to take a win that King Omar should have had. Trying to avenge the Williams team, get him on the P1. And William Lossell is definitely not good throughout section, and it shows on this helicopter view. And again, it's all going to come down to penalties. I'll check race director real quick to see if anyone major has penalties. I believe no one major. Well, in terms of the race. FBI does have a 3-second penalty. Yeah, FBI has a 3-second penalty. That's the only thing between those top two right now. And so basically what needs to happen, either William needs to get a 3-second penalty and FBI needs to pass him. William also needs to get 6 seconds worth of penalties and FBI needs to stay 3 seconds back from him. Or FBI needs to pass William and get a 3-second gap. Which I believe the easiest solution for both of them would probably be a 6-second penalty for William. But with how consistent he is in not cutting corners, I believe it's not going to happen. And through chicane, that's down to barely, probably a 10th of a gap now. Through the source, will FBI fancy a move? William trying to make his car as wide as possible. Right on the gearbox of the McLaren, tries bumping out of the way like NASCAR. Through Radion Eau Rouge, no one's giving right now. What a fight this will be. No one's going to back down. William will though. William Lossell's backing down from the fight. Good move by William right there. And that's William Lossell wide. That might have awarded him a warning. Not sure about that. FBI going defensive, trying to get him out of his slipstream. Now FBI needs to work up a 3-second gap or needs William to get a 3-second penalty. That's what needs to happen to decide this race. And what will happen here, William's pretty bad through the section and he's really bad through the section this lap. Really wide. Now the gap's probably down to a second now. Close to a second, 7/10. Not a good corner for William Lossell. It's not what he needed right now. Now FBI is hoping to either pull away or for William to get a penalty. That's all FBI would need right now to take his second win in this league. Now the gap's down to 5/10. William Lossell is getting the time back that he lost. The American and the German. How will this turn out right here? Through the right-hander. Into Blanchimont now. And FBI's clipping the grass, actually. That might lose him a bit of time here. Yep, and it does, visibly. Trevi's left. Someone's going to make a move through chicane. It's going to be William. Maybe getting right to the gearbox of the Williams. And William knows he might not take a risk. He's probably not going to take the risk because he knows he only needs to be within 3 seconds of him to take the win. So he might be just staying back from him, trying his best, trying to keep his nose clean here. Or not to get a penalty. It's ultimate goal right now. King Omar. A race that could have been his. No longer is. 29 seconds back from William Lassell in second. William Lassell's trying to get to FBI, but no feet for the Williams power right now. The gap is almost up to his second. Will FBI take his second win in 3 races? Got his first one at Brazil in round 3. Will he take his second right here? Let's see, and that's going to be a warning for him. Can't be cutting corners like that. And William knows that. He's going to be on his toes right now. Seven tenths now. Will the gap increase? And William Lassell, 3-second penalties in the wall. That might be some wing damage for him. The race undoubtedly might be over for William Lassell. 3-second time penalty and slamming into the wall. The only thing William Lassell can hope for now is for for FPI to get a penalty. Oh, another one. William Lassell's only hope right now. But coming to 4 laps to go in this Grand Prix, chances of that are unlikely. And coming up with the lap thrasher is an AI car. And held up King Omar in the Williams earlier. Let's see how this turns out for those two. Well, Thrasher let FBI through without trouble. Bit of a squeeze there, but they're good. William Lassell might get held up by the McLaren. Nope, I believe he'll get out of his way. This straightaway right here, yep. FBI says the fastest time by a mile. It's probably second faster than the original fastest. 4 laps remaining in the Grand Prix. At 4 laps here is an eternity. Now the gap's up to 2 seconds now. This is most certainly over. And remember, this time last week after the Austrian Grand Prix, when FBI left the league, we didn't think he was coming back. We thought, like, it's gonna be another William Lassell dominated season. But 15 minutes before the race, I got a message from Callum McKeon that he's gonna be back. And look where he's at right now. He's leading with a 2.8 second gap on him. And even if FBI gets another penalty right now, I think he's probably safe. Because all he needs to do is just extend that gap by 3 tenths from William Lassell, who I believe probably has wing damage. While Williams of FBI has kept his nose pretty clean. .7. William also trying to keep that gap, but both of them have penalties now. It's of no use. I'll check the race director, check for any penalties any of them might have. Well, yep, he has. FBI has 1. William also has 1. And FBI only needs 1 more warning to get another penalty. Keep that in mind. So FBI is looking to probably get a 6-second gap here. Or I mean a 3-second gap here. That's what he needs. 1 more warning and FBI might be out of this race. He'll have to push really hard. And it's gonna be a battle and a half. I must say it. That's how it ends up. Now it's up to 3 seconds. If FBI can keep that gap, he can take this win, even if he gets another penalty. Search corner cutting at Belgium will be pretty tough. 3 laps to go. It's gonna take an eternity. 3 more laps. That's 6 more minutes until you take your second win of the season. For William Lassell, could have been his 3rd, but it doesn't seem like it now. Falling back drastically now. FBI, William Lassell. It's gonna be the battle of the season, I can think it already. It's gonna be a historic battle, that's what it's gonna be. Now, if FBI gets another time penalty, we could be at risk for the closest finish in this league's history. Because the closest finish was 583 thousandths by yeah, 583,000. Sorry, I cannot speak right now. I've talked too more than usual. But yeah, 183,000 from Cal McKeon and Iron Axe. Another penalty for FBI right now. King Omar lagged out, but it's no use. He already has third locked up. But I'll invite him back again. And there's FBI coming up to lap the run out of Mochi Fireflake. Fireflake and blue flags do not really go along at China with the, I believe, who was leading the time? William Lossell at China. Mochi Fireflake tried battling the lead car and almost got wing damage for both of them. And there's Fireflake letting FBI by. Really weird way to do that, but it worked either way. 2 laps to go for FBI, 4 more minutes of this race. And FBI and William Lossell's pitting for what I can only assume is the fastest lap. What tire will he go on? I'm assuming intermediates. Yep, and here he goes. Off he goes. Good stop by them. And now William Lossell definitely has this race won. I mean, not William Lossell. FBI definitely has this race won now. With now like 20-second gap lead. 22 seconds. FBI could just cruise home right now, even if he gets another penalty. seconds. The closest gap on track is 16. We're back to Tier 2 at China stuff now. That's what it's starting to turn into. But it's only a few more minutes, and this race is going to be over. It's 6 DNFs, 6 finishers of this race. Pretty good racers are battling, I'd say, for the lead as well. They were trading that consistently with FBI, William Lossell, and King Omar. And may I mention, I haven't mentioned F1 driver 93 for the longest time. He joined back earlier. He's still here, but he's having a pretty good day. Pretty solid. 4th place, he's held it for a long time. But Mochi Fireflake is catching. There might not be enough time though. And coming through Blanchimont is FBI to maybe come up and lap F1 driver 93. But more importantly, he's going to come up and take the last lap in the Belgian Grand Prix. 1 more lap remaining. 1 more mistake-free lap is all FBI needs right now. Take a 2nd win of the season. Through Eau Rouge and Radion's usually the key place for DNFs. So we'll see if he can make it through here clean. Race is probably over. And it is. But you never know, like China last season on the last lap with FBI and with William Lossell and Thrasher. It's not over till it's over. Luckily that last lap did go William Lossell's way though. He still ended up taking that win. Not by much. By about an inch, and he would have been out of the session. Anyway, FBI. What a brilliant comeback. 1 week ago, we thought he was going to be out of the league. We thought he had left after a freakout he had after Austria. But he is still here. He came back 15 minutes before the race even started. After Callum messaged me. He's back, he said. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll let him race back. I'll let him race then. And here he is. FBI 052. 2nd win of the season. Well, I didn't even think he was going to be racing today. Or even in the league. It's all up to what this Mercedes will do, let him by or not. It's F1 driver 93. A bit of an issue there. Almost skipped the front wing of F1 driver 93. They're coming through Blanchimont for final time. 1 more mistake-free sector. Can't clip the curves or you might be gone. And here it is. 2 more corners remaining for FBI. Through the first chicane turn. And then through the left-hander now. Coming off the final corner, FBI is a 2-time race winner. After a burner with William Lossell in that race, will take the checkered. at Belgium. William Wassel pitting for the fastest lap. Will he get it? Well, we'll see going through the chicane. He'll get the fastest lap. Trying to get the extra point for the championship battle. Through chicane, will he get the fastest lap? Checkered flag he gets. He will not. King Omar. Going through Blanchimont now. Had a pretty miserable session. And lagged out while battling for the lead with William Wassel. The race that probably could have been his. Through chicane. Best finish so far, almost spins it. He takes his best finish so far in this league with the 3rd place in his first ever podium. Congrats to him. That's everyone finished. I'll shut up for the podium ceremony. Good race. Brilliant stuff the guys put on today. 6 DNFs, 6 finishers. Amazing stuff. FBI wins, fastest lap of the session by only 23 thousandths. They get the fastest lap. Wow. Top 3 went over. F1 driver gets 4th place in his debut. Mochi Fireflake 5th place. Solid race. Same with Thrasher with the 6th place. And the DNFs are Lost Trevi in 7th. We have Black Dude in 8th. Alabama Outlaw in 9th. Mended Tugboat in 10th. Cal McKeon in 11th. Rounding out the grid is DeLuca 2403. What a race has been here at Belgium. It is now Quinn Half, league owner, signing off.